Petersburg, Oregon to pick up Jake and Maggie, two-year-old grizzly bears that are really needing a good home.
After arriving in Oregon, we headed to Wildlife Safari, the wildlife reserve that is currently providing shelter and veterinary care for the cubs. Wildlife Safari initially rescued Jake and Maggie from a bad captive situation in Georgia, with the hopes of providing them a permanent home. I meet with Senior Carnivore Ranger Josh Jones to take a look at the grizzly enclosure. He explains how they had hoped for an expansion that would have given the cubs the home they so desperately needed. The expansion project wasn't funded, but the cubs still need a home. I'm hoping to be able to take them back home today, but then I get a heartbreaking call from the authorities at Montana Fish and Game.
So we've driven 1,000 miles to come pick up these bears, and just like everything, just got a call from our local Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. They have some concerns about the genetic origin of these bears. It is actually illegal to possess a bear that's wild-born in the lower 48 states. So now they're considering having us take some hair samples from these bears, sending them into a lab in British Columbia to determine the origin of these bears prior to allowing us bringing them into the state. So again, here we are in Oregon, ready for bears, but they're not ready for us to come back home yet. So we'll see what happens.
Despite the fact that I won't be able to take the bears back to Montana today, at least I get to meet them and get a hair sample so I can get all the paperwork finalized.
The little one over here, this is Maggie, the blonde face, little girl. The guy here is Jake. Hi, Jake. Hi, Jake.
After meeting Jake and Maggie, it strengthened my resolve to get the hair samples and finalize the paperwork so these cubs can get back to their new home in Montana.
This is Modesto.
Hi, Modesto.
Here at the park.
Good to meet you. Hi.
Good to meet you.
So you need to get some hair samples?
We do.
Right?
You know what we...
I explain our situation to Modesto Morena, the head veterinarian at Wildlife Safari. This wildlife park has provided a temporary home to these two cubs while they have looked for a permanent solution.
We're going to ship these bears out to Montana, but first we need some hair for DNA sampling to make sure they're okay to go to Montana. We're going to try to distract them, pull some hair out with the Leatherman. Okay, here's plenty. Actually, I'll let you, Casey, hold. This is from Jake. Okay, sorry, girl. We got plenty from the females. I'll hold this one. Won't get confused.
Okay.
The lab only needs a small amount of material to perform the genetic tests required.
I'm hoping that this is the key to this whole process moving along now. Little hurdles that we have. Getting this off to British Columbia, them determining the origin of the bears, and then ultimately us loading the bears and taking them back to Montana. So let's hope this is the key to success. We were definitely jumping the gun a bit by driving 1,000 miles to Oregon to come pick up these bears without getting a full green light from Fish and Game back home. But you know, that's what we had to do it. These bears, they need to get out of there, and they don't have much time. So here we are in Oregon.
Good news. I get the word that the genetic testing shows that the bears are not from the lower 48 states, and most likely from North America. Finally time to get the transferred papers signed and load up the bears.
I don't know if you want to sign that now or...
I'll do it right now. So what's the game plan?
The only thing left now is to get the bears loaded in the trailer. But to do that, we need to sedate them using a tranquilizer.
Yeah, anytime you enter a cage or any kind of enclosure with a grizzly bear, when they're tranquilized, you have to go in assuming that they are not. So you want to carry bear spray, you want to definitely be on guard. So now it's just waiting for it to kick in, and we'll do a little physical checkup on them and load them up.
The tranquilizer quickly sedates Jake. The veterinary staff at Wild Safari works quickly to get him into the trailer. But Maggie's sedation didn't go as well.
Maggie is not wanting to go to sleep. May have to dart her again, but we're kind of keeping an eye on her. She's slowing down a little bit, so hopefully it'll work out. They give her a little bit more. She should be out in a little bit. We can load her up.
Maggie finally succumbs to the tranquilizers, and both bears get checked out, and they're in great health. We give the bears a tranquilizer antidote, which reverses the sedation and wakes them up.
Sure.
So we have the bears loaded up.
Mine anyway.
They got the reversals. They're just now waking up. We're going to let them get up on their feet, and then we're headed off to Montana. And I cannot wait to
This is
get them
going to be in
back.
Josh's bottom lip.
It's going to be pretty awesome to get them back to their new home. They're going to love
Because
it.
I don't work Sundays.